So today we are presenting optimizing customer inventory replenishment with rapid reorder. We are here today with Tatiana Sagun, Senior Consultant, and Maggie O'Brien, Technical Consultant of Innovation at Arbella. So without further ado, Tatiana, you now have the floor.
Hi, I'm Tatiana Sagun, and I am a Senior Consultant, as Erica mentioned, with Arbella. And I have been working with Dynamics for about 14 years and the supply chain, trade and logistics area. So we're excited to show you how we can help optimize your VMI inventory.
Hi everyone, my name is Maggie O'Brien. I am a technical consultant in the innovation team at Arbella. I work primarily with the Power Platform and any innovation items that come our way. And we are primarily working with the Power Apps Canvas app, model-driven apps, and Power Automate. We're also getting into creating more and more processes using RPA. So if you have any questions about that, we have a bunch of resources at Arbella that can help you handle any of your solutions at your organization.
Fantastic. So let's dive into it. So today we're going to talk to you about some of the general capabilities and the features and functions of the Arbella Rapid Reorder Power App. What we really want to talk to you about is who we think this is for. What is the purpose of this Power App? What we were finding is that a number of our clients have a VMI model for their inventory at their customers, which, vendor managed inventory. And in a way to help simplify that and optimize it, we wanted to make sure our customers could always get those reorders in from their clients in an accurate, streamlined manner so that they're not losing the opportunity for more sales orders while papers get shuffled and data gets entered just on the road immediately when demand is present. The target audience for this Power App is really anybody who is using a vendor managed inventory model for their clients. So where they need to go out and see how much of their stock their client currently has available and ensure that their supply does not run out. This gives the field service team the ability to maintain that relationship and those orders directly with the customer on those site visits. There's a lot of benefits we can see from this immediately. It's a very extendable app, and it has a very flexible offline online capability. So what we were finding is that in the case of many of our customers, when they go into a different warehouse or if they're in a mine, somewhere with low Wi-Fi or data points, capturing this information and sending it back to the ERP was becoming cumbersome. And people were resulting in referring back to paper and pen and notes and clipboards and documents that then needed to be faxed in or typed back in to a customer service rep to enter the orders into the ERP. This then, while doing multiple site visits on one trip, led to missed opportunities for order fulfillment and accuracy on forecasting, as well as issues with accuracy when it came to making sure it was the right item number. We have sought to address those problems by providing a barcode-driven model to ensure that the correct product at the correct quantity is ordered by the field staff going out just to check stock and manage that relationship. So those are some of our highlights. At the bottom, you'll see just our target areas as well. And I'll hand it off to Maggie.
Yes, thank you, Tatiana. So while we were building this app and while we were going through and understanding this potential problem that we foresaw, we started thinking about why it might be needed in terms of not just one particular customer, but also how are we going to solve the issue of just being offline and having some of those apps and showcasing that. We also built this app to make sure that some of that is flexible. So just being able to utilize your phone to be able to intake information, scanning using some of those features in Power Apps, the Canvas apps that we are seeing come out, and also being able to do a high volume of those orders, whatever we're intaking. So utilizing some of the features that we have in Canvas app, we're now able to kind of use in tandem to bring orders in and upload them to an ERP system, like Tatiana had mentioned. So being able to now take sales orders on the go, our sales individuals that are on the field are now able to not have to concern themselves so much with paper and pen or being able to kind of carry documents around everywhere. It's now condensed into one application. This is also extensible to meet your specific needs. So if it's not barcodes, it's QR codes, or if it's just being able to take notes in a mobile format and being able to adjust depending on your needs, that can be done. But the purpose of that is to really make sure that that sales individual on the field is able to have a seamless experience and be able to create more of a relationship and enhance that relationship with the vendor that they're working with, and not have to worry about duplicate data entry, taking up their time, being able to fulfill those demands as they're needed. So on their trips, it's happening instantly. So we're now getting our orders in faster, not having to delay that time and not take up that extra time for data entry, streamline their satisfaction and their supply need in correlation with those things, and then also being able to support it at a lower cost. So there's no more added support for them. There's no more additional paper that they're required every single time that they go out in the field. They're not having to have a 3 different places that they have to go to upload those things, and it's just a one-time setup, a one app, one-stop shop to go to add their orders into the system. And if they're offline, then they have the ability to get online and submit them as soon as they can. So the application is very lightweight. We built it on purpose to be lightweight, so we are staying nimble and making it flexible to adjust for all of our customers' needs.
Excellent. So with that, we can kind of get ready to go right into our demo. So we want to talk to you about the features, as we mentioned. So what we've added is the ability to start online sales order directly from the Power App, as well as turn that into an offline order. And what's really beneficial is that with the offline orders, we added a feature to quickly go and view existing pending orders. So you're on site, you've done your cycle count, and you've seen how much the customer has left, and then you know exactly what it is you need to order. You start that order by scanning the barcode, and then when you're back to your hotel or back outside at your truck, you're able then to go to your view pending orders screen and submit those orders directly to the ERP. And I think that Maggie did a good job on touching on our high points down here at the bottom. But what's really easy about this is that we support already pre-existing labeling. So whether you have QR codes, EAN, UPC, the framework to support all of those different barcode functionalities is there. Today we're going to focus on UPC and EAN numbers, but as we mentioned, very extensible, very easy, lightweight way to increase your fulfillment accuracy and optimize this customer reordering supply chain relationship you have with your clients. So with that, I will dive into the demo.
So while Tatiana is getting that set up, I want to take an opportunity to talk about some of the offline capabilities that we are referring to. So we're talking about not just, having the Canvas app store these on the app itself, but also talking about how our mobile app, the mobile phone itself is actually working with the Power Apps application that Microsoft makes available. What is beneficial about this is that our phones are now the keeper of our data temporarily. As long as the application, the Power Apps application, does not get deleted, we are actually able to store that sales order, that temporary sales order, offline on our phones, so we can then close our phones if we need to. We can turn it off if we're running low on battery, and we can turn it back on and still have that data saved. So it's actually storing it on the phone's local, not the cache, but more of the app's cache itself. As long as the app is not uninstalled from the device, that data is now going to be existing and living there for the sales individuals to be able to access later. This is pretty important to note, because now we are relying on the sales. We're now relying on the phone itself, and then not actually making the app itself very cumbersome in terms of data.
So what you see on my screen right now, and I'll make it bigger in just a second, is I'm mirroring right now my iPhone. On my iPhone, like you can see, it is an iPhone. Like, this is a phone, it's an app, very easy to use. Many employees, they have smartphones, they're used to smartphones, they're used to the concept of an app. It's not some new technology, it's not a new scanning device, it's something they're using already in their day-to-day life. So the learning curve is incredibly low in using this type of app. So what we have here, this is just for the demo purposes, the online and offline capability radio button, so that we can still demo to you what an offline experience would be like. Right now I have it as an online experience. In a moment I'll switch it to the offline experience so that you can see how we would start an offline order and then view it as a pending order. But we'll begin with an online order. So I'll go into my online orders. What I can do is I've got a number of search criteria right here that I can use to identify my customer. I can search by their phone number, by their ID, or by their zip code. So let's say I know I have many Home Depots. I can type in the zip code where I am and be taken to that Home Depot. In this case, I want to search by phone number. And it pulls up Cave Wholesales. I know that's the one. So I'll go ahead and select my customer. And I've already can tell I know on the right customer because it's populated not only its name and ID, but its phone number and address. And I know that is exactly where I am because Google Maps took me there today. I'll sign into the customer and I'll see exactly which warehouse and which site this order will be fulfilled from. This is defaulting from the customer master in Dynamics 365. So the Power App is pulling the configurations you've already have set for your customers without adding any extra element or configuration. At this point, I'm going to minimize this a little bit so that I can pull up my barcode that I have ready to go. And I will scan my barcode for my item. This is going to be a mid-range speaker that I have in my Contoso data. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at my camera and I'm going to scan the barcode. And I'm going to press our little check mark, and it has brought in, based on what the barcode it read was, the mid-range speaker. I know that they need 10 more of these to make sure that their safety stock is met. So I will type in a quantity of 10 and press create sales order. I could have continued to scan items if I had more items that I noticed that they had become short on. And at this point, I'm taken to entering some more or changing their defaults for mode of delivery. I can put in a PO number, any reference, and then I can easily press confirm order. And I can submit that order. Then when I go into D365, I can then see, let me show you really quick on the screen. I had, it does tell me which order is created, and then I can go in and I can look at Cave B Wholesalers, and I can see my order has been created. There's my mid-range speaker. Okay, let's go do our offline order now. Okay, so I'm going to switch this now to our offline capabilities. So the online order function has gone away and we only have offline. Just like we did before, we say start order, but we choose the offline option. I'll choose Cave Wholesale. I'll get ready to use my barcode. It's scan the item number. And what you'll see is a difference this time. When I'm offline, I don't see what the actual speaker is. I just see the barcode number. I'll type in the quantity and I'll say create sales order. I'll select the site again. I'll put in the PO. I'll press confirm and I'll see that it's still offline. I'll press submit order. It reminds me that it's offline, and then I have to come back again to check on my order once I'm ready to be online. So I can come back online and I can view my pending orders when I'm back at my truck, and then I can select which orders that I actually want to send to the ERP after reviewing them one more time. And I'm also able to search by customer name if I have a long list and I've gone to many customers in one visit. I'll say submit the offline order, and I can see that sales order 1663 was successfully created. So if I go back into the ERP now, I have 1663 created, which is loading for 2 mid-range speakers, just as I had entered. So that's our demo where we have on how to use our very easy to use rapid reorder tool. It's super simple, very low footprint, very intuitive for any end user to pick up rapidly, low training cost, because users are already, like I said, very familiar with apps. They know how to scan things on their phone. With this age of Corona, everybody knows how to scan a code on a menu. So it's a very easy learning curve that we've set you up for. We think giving our customers a way to better manage their vendor managed inventory is really going to help differentiate them for their clients between them and their other suppliers. It's really going to give them that added bonus on making them feel, their clients feel like they're cared for and that their orders are always on time and that they aren't short. We think that you really need these types of tools to optimize these relationships, as well as give vendors the opportunity to lower costs and increase revenue by making sure that there are no bottlenecks in the fulfillment process. If a customer has a demand, there should be nothing really stopping you from filling that if you've removed all the barriers. So we hope that Arbella Rapid Reorder helps fill this void in vendor managed inventory so that you can really capture the demand from your clients in real time. And I will give it to Maggie to add any extra fun tidbits.
Yeah, so as I was explaining before too, that has kind of come up in terms of the design of the application is being able to still access some of that information. So as Tatiana was showing us, being able to search current customers in our system in ERP, and also those sort of information that we're pulling in regards to data that might be in D365, so warehouses and sites, things like that. That information is also being stored every single time that you log in with your app. So that is now keeping us up to date with what's in ERP, and we're also able to utilize that information offline as of the last time we logged in and got the most recent updated information. So as Tatiana showed us, her first online experience, downloaded the most recent information, then in offline, she was still able to utilize that same information in detail, even though she was demoing it offline. Just as a last sort of tidbit about how we designed this app.
Okay, so now the questions are, what do you need to use Rapid Reorder? Well, you need a Microsoft Power Apps license and the Arbella Rapid Reorder product license from Arbella Technologies. If you are already a D365 customer, it's likely you already have these Power Apps licenses ready to go. So it should be a very easy transition and lightweight solution to help optimize your user experience. So the next thing is, what questions do you guys have?
Yes, thank you, Tatiana and Maggie, for that great presentation, some great info. At this time, I would like to invite all of our attendees to ask questions. You can submit them in the questions window in your GoToWebinar control panel. And I do see a couple in here already. So the first one, does the app scan barcodes, QR codes, text, and or images?
Yeah, great
Sure.
question. So essentially, we may have alluded to it, but the phone itself, because we are actually downloading a mobile application, any capabilities that the phone has, so that being audio messages, text, and camera functionality, can all be captured within the Power App. This particular demonstration did not utilize the QR code, and it also did not utilize the capturing of an image, but it can be enabled quite easily.
Awesome. And another one here, what kind of licenses do you need to utilize this application?
Sure. That one I had just mentioned too. That one is, we're going to use the D365 Power Apps license. And depending on your agreement, that can be a very nominal cost or none at all, depending on the type of agreement you currently have with your ERP system. And then we do also request the purchase of an Arbella Rapid Reorder Power Apps license so that we can keep you updated on all the features and functionalities that we continue to add to this Power App.
Got it. That makes sense. And we have one more question. How can we learn more about Rapid Reorder app?
Excellent question. I would say please reach out to us at info@arbellatech.com or feel free to send an email to either one of your presenters here. But we will be more than happy to come and give you guys a demo specifically and send you guys some more information.
Awesome. Yes. So that is all that we have time for today. Thank you so much, Tatiana and Maggie, for presenting. That was a great presentation and a really cool application. And thank you to everyone for joining this presentation.